Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 111. And this is game night, so we're going to be doing a bracket for what is the best Christmas movie. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but we're going to kind of let everyone tune in. And along with that, I'm going to be playing a few songs for you guys. So let's catch up with the chat here. We've got Chad in the chat. Always glad to have you here. We've got Jack. We've got Stan. Let's see here. We were just catching up with some things. I think today was Friday at work for Chad, and it sounds like that's almost over, so hang in there. You're almost at the finish line, Chad. I hope it's been a good work day. Jack seems to be doing well. I think you said you were feeling a little tired, and, I've been, I think something about, in winter, like it gets dark so early, and I don't know if it also gets brighter earlier. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if the sun comes up sooner, but I'm not really the best sleeper, and I've actually been sleeping okay, but the problem is I just keep going to bed too late, and so I'm trying to work on that. I'm really trying to be like, dude, quit staying up till 1 in the morning, get to bed at 11, like that's what I want to do, but I keep like binge watching YouTube videos and stuff, so that's kind of a personal challenge of mine I'm trying to overcome. But main point being, I'm trying to catch up on a little bit of rest myself. But in spite of that, it has been a pretty good week for myself. Let's see, Stan, we got Stan in the chat. Always appreciate you here. And let's see, yep, catching up. I just asked what everyone had going on. Stan says, doing great, Christmas almost here. Then my birthday, the very next day, and a week off. That's awesome. So I think I always forget this because I'm sure probably last year I probably found out like, oh, your birthday's in December, and it's like December 26th. But the only downside of that, so I don't know if you view that as a positive because you get like an overload of presents, or if that was kind of rough. Like, I feel like the perfect birthday is for June. Do I have that right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, right in the middle, month number 6. So every 6 months you get presents, at least as a kid and stuff. That probably would have been the ideal, birth date. But yeah, Stan, that's awesome, man. Hope you have a good Christmas. Hope you have a good birthday. Hope that goes well. Chad says 3 hours to go. Well, hang in there. I hope I can provide some entertainment for you. Jack says, I watched Home Alone 2 last Sunday, and though I wouldn't call it good, I watched a Christmas horror parody called It's a Wonderful Knife. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that, but that doesn't surprise me that exists. That had to be at least amusing. I had a Christmas gathering with my family this past Sunday, and we didn't actually watch a movie, but we had a movie on in the background. We had Home Alone on in the background, and man, I don't know. It was playing at the scene where the burglars are trying to get into the house, and some of the hits they take are just so ridiculous. It gets me every time. That's a classic for sure. Chad says, can't wait to watch Rebel Moon tonight. Man, that title is sounding really familiar. I think I know. Is that the... Well, I don't want to take a guess yet. I know it's a movie coming out. Trying to see what this is. I feel like I've seen something on this or heard it, but for some reason it's not ringing a bell with me. But that's really cool that is debuting soon. I certainly hope it's good. I might have to check that one out myself. I know there's been a few things coming out, so we'll see. But that is pretty sweet indeed. Let's see here. Yep, we've got some Merry Christmases. Yep, in the chat. Yep. And that's right. Yeah, Jack says, "Hey, a Boxing Day, baby. Stan, happy upcoming birthday." And that's right. Yeah, Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. So your birthday's Boxing Day. So I'll try to get you some boxing gloves. But okay. Stanley says I'm voting for Rambo. Now, do you mean as in for our Christmas bracket? To be honest, I think the original Rambo I've only seen maybe once or twice. Does that really take place on Christmas? Is that a Christmas movie? Or are you just voting for it because you like that movie? And I'm not sure that it has anything. We're going to get into the brackets in a moment. I'm going to kick things off with some music here. I've actually already gone ahead and picked out quite a few movies just because I figured, there's kind of a few, obvious ones, and but I left some room in case you guys had some specific ones. I think Chad, I remember you mentioning Gremlins last time. I'm pretty sure I love movies, so when Christmas comes around, of course I'm going to bring up hey, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I've probably brought that up on a lot of streams or things and stuff, and I think I think Chad mentioned Gremlins, so we'll be sure to add that to the bracket. I was actually trying to watch that the other day. I think I found it on streaming somewhere, but I really haven't had a chance to watch sit down and properly watch anything. I was actually hoping, it's kind of funny. These aren't Christmas movies, but I was just hoping I'd have some time off because I'd really like to watch the extended version of The Lord of the Rings. It's been a while since I've seen The Lord of the Rings, but those movies, I love them. They're fantastic. And I just, when I have the time to sit down and watch a movie, I want to watch something good. But again, those movies are 3 hours long. And the extended versions are even longer. I've never seen the extended versions, but a lot of people say that they're even better than the original versions. And so I wanted to, I'm hoping to sit down at some point and watch those. So we'll see if that happens or not. But the main point being, I still have a few Christmas movies I need to watch that I intend to. I just haven't had a chance, and hopefully I'll get a chance to watch Gremlins. But let me go ahead and kick things off with some music. I'm just going to play an instrumental here. This is not a released track. This is just kind of a little piece of music I wrote. Maybe one day I'll turn it into a full song, but no title or anything, just a piece of music. But we're gonna start off with some music, and then I think we'll start getting the bracket going, and we'll get some votes or some nominees first, and then we'll get into some voting and stuff. So here we go. All right, here we go. Man, totally bombed that solo. I actually, I don't play this one a lot, and so I tried it before the stream, and I was like, hey, that's actually feeling pretty good. I was like hoping I would play it good, and just totally missed some notes. Now, in my defense, right now it's winter, and it's cold, and it's so hard to keep my fingers warm. It's so frustrating, because I'll need to, wash my hands or something, and then while they're wet, they get cold really easily, and hands are so hard to warm up. And so, even right now, they are very cold. And it's really hard to shred when your fingers are cold. So that's my excuse. But I'm going to try that one more time. That was awful. So let me see if I can get that solo real quick. Not the whole song, just a solo. Might have went back a little far, but... tripped at the finish line. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. The thing I'm realizing, like with that particular solo or solos like that, it's actually not that hard. It's just really hard to recover if you mess up. So it's all just like muscle memory, you know, like that was kind of sloppy. Like if you can get the notes right, it's not that hard. But if you mess up, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so hard to get back on the correct spot and just pick up. Like it's really hard to recover. So that's what I'm realizing. That's usually what happens is I'll slip up at a spot and then it's like, whoop, well, there it goes. You know, there goes the train. I missed it. You know, so. All right, let's catch up with the chat here. I'm going to put my guitar down. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And we're gonna get a bracket going on in a moment here. We're going to be voting tonight to see what is the best Christmas movie. There's a lot of good ones, so I'm not sure that I'm sure whatever the winner is going to be a good one, but we're always going to have our favorites and stuff. But let's see here. Hey, we got Clay in the chat. Hey, Clay, hope you're doing well. And yep, smash the like button. Yeah, thanks, Sci-Fi. Appreciate that. I don't know if there's a name you prefer me to call you right now. I know you're a recent subscriber. I think you were watching on the Saturday Night Alive the other night, and I definitely appreciate that. Let's see, catching up here with the chat. Let's see. Yep, Jack was saying A Christmas Story has to be on it. You'll shoot your eye out. Yep, so funny. Yeah, I had a feeling that one's probably going to make the cut. I hadn't added it yet, but I had a feeling someone would probably mention that one. Stan says, yes, if you watch the police station scene, there are Christmas trees. Interesting. Well, I mean, if you want to nominate that, you can. I know Rambo to be a good movie, but I don't recall it being a Christmas film. However, we've got... I did add this one to the list. Clay says Die Hard, sorry, is my favorite Christmas movie. It's about a man just trying to be with his family on Christmas. Yeah, exactly. That's all it's about. So I know there's a debate on whether or not it is, but I don't think it really matters whether you include it. I actually went ahead and added it because I watched Die Hard really recently, and I will say this: it is a really good movie, like it's definitely a great action thriller and stuff. If we're talking purely Christmas films, I don't know if it would be my vote for best Christmas film, but it's definitely a nominee, so it's definitely a contender. And I would not be disappointed if it ended up being the winner, because Die Hard is a fantastic film. Stanley says to Jack, I like Frosty the Snowman. Happy birthday. Yeah, I do remember the old animated, a lot of those animated classics, Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that kind of thing. Chad says, sounds great, Quincy. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate that. And hey, see, Sci-Fi says, sorry I had to step out. No problem. You know, when you first tuned in, I kind of have that 10-minute timer just to sort of let people have a chance to get settled in and stuff. So Stan says, dude, you shred. Sometimes, you know, when I hit the notes, I shred. When I miss them, I just kind of stand there, you know, and wait till I can somehow come back in. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, we got Dom in the chat too. Hey, Dom, hope you're doing well. Dom says, now, Clay, we've discussed this at length. Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. It's an action flick that takes place during Christmas. Yep, there you go. Yep, some people, yep, there is the debate there whether or not, you know, it is an actual Christmas film. So we'll see. You know, we might have a little bit of a drama if that's going to be the case. You know, let's see here. Hey, thanks. Yeah, again, Sci-Fi says your axe sounds very sharp. Thank you very much. I've actually got I don't know if you're a guitar player yourself or what kind of setup you have, but I'm just using amp sims. My guitar is just plugged in directly into my interface, which goes into my computer, and I'm playing through Logic Pro, and I just have basically a digital amp on there and a digital cabinet and a few plugins, and just kind of a tone that I've dialed in over a few years of kind of learning how to produce my own music and stuff. So let's see. Sci-Fi says, Sci-Fi is good. My name is Brian, LOL. Well, hey, Brian, whichever you prefer. I might kind of swap back and forth. You know, I know some people, you know, like it when I can call them by their name. Some people prefer me to use their username. So if you have a preference. Dom says, I second Christmas Story and also Elf. Yes, I think Elf is a good one. I actually watched Elf recently, and you know, I'll probably comment on these movies more once we get the bracket going, but I'll say this. I was pleasantly surprised because I've always liked Elf, but it's never been like a favorite of mine. It was just kind of, you know, it was a fun Christmas movie, a good one to watch, but it was just a little silly for my liking, a little too over the top. But rewatching it, man, just something about a lot of those older films, and it's crazy calling Elf an older film, but I mean, it is like 20 years old now. They just had more heart. You know, just a lot of those movies just had like, it just felt like the people making them actually cared about what they were doing. And it's actually a very sweet story. It's like, yes, Will Ferrell can be very, very silly in it, but there's a lot of Christmas cheer in that movie. And it definitely kind of reminds you like how we can get so caught up in work and our goals and just kind of forget to take time and appreciate our families, the people in our lives, and just have that Christmas spirit and stuff. And so I was kind of surprised, like pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed it on a rewatch. But let's see here. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Sci-Fi says, I put you on my community page. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Yep. Jingle All the Way. That one made the cut. I threw that one in there. I'll bring up the bracket in just a moment here. There, let's see, and then again, we've got some talk for Rambo. We'll see if that one makes the cut. And then National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh my gosh, tongue twisting. All right, let me get this bracket set up. So I'll show you what we got going on here. Here we go. So I'll show you what nominations I currently have, and then I've got a few I left blank because, to be honest, these brackets these bracket streams, they can kind of go multiple ways. Sometimes we have quite a few people in the chat, like we do this evening, thank God. and so these brackets can be a lot of fun for people to nominate and vote and stuff. But sometimes I'll do these things and like it's just kind of a poor stream. You know, only one person shows up, and it's like not much, you know, point in doing this. It's hard to get nominations out of that. So I went ahead and kind of put in like a lot of just tried and true Christmas movies. I put in some of my favorites, and then I left a few openings, so we'll add some. So right now what we've got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, just to clarify, I am nominating the Jim Carrey version. That is probably my favorite Christmas movie. Again, I think I told this before, but I remember as a kid seeing, you know, whenever a movie's coming out, they have like, you know, commercials that are themed with that same movie coming out, and so the Grinch was coming out, and there were, you know, these fun, like, sneaky commercials, but it had that someone. It probably wasn't even Jim Carrey. It's probably just someone with like a glove on that looked like the Grinch's hand, and they would do the creepy hand movement and like steal the product or whatever it was that they were advertising. And as a kid, it kind of scared me. I thought the Grinch was creepy. I don't think I had seen the original animated film, but when I saw the movie, of course, Jim Carrey's just hilarious in it, and I loved it. And as a kid, I almost became like obsessed with the Grinch at that point. And looking back, still watching it, like just from a filmmaking perspective, just the set design and Jim Carrey's performance, and just the music. I mean, it's just I don't know, I love it. It's so for me, it's a favorite of mine, and sure, some of that might be. I feel like Christmas is a good time where nostalgia is like a credible factor, Like some of it might be nostalgia, but I feel like Christmas is that time to sort of reflect on those things that make you feel good, and those simpler times, and those things that make you happy. And so that's a favorite of mine. We've got Jingle All the Way. That's probably definitely another favorite of mine. Might even be a tie for first for me, but Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. Sinbad is hilarious as the mailman in that. And I don't know. I've always liked that one. Again, when I saw it as a kid, I wanted to be Turbo Man. And but that's a great one. That's a funny movie. A lot of fun. A lot of chaos in that one. That's a good one. We've got I'll Be Home for Christmas. This is the one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That's a fun film. It's the one he's away. He's a college student. I think he's in California or something. He's like trying to get across the country. His dad makes a promise that if he can make it back in time, he'll give him the car. And he kind of learns some lessons, along the way. But that's always been a favorite of mine growing up. That was a good one that I watched with my siblings. We've got It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life is one of those movies, like, I don't know if y'all can relate to this or not, but when you're younger, you kind of have like a preconceived perception of older films. Like if a movie's in black and white, it must not be, it's probably boring, it's probably not good if it's in black and white because it's old, it's not new and relevant and fresh. And It's a Wonderful Life was the movie that made me realize, like, what the heck, like these old films are great, like it's such a good movie, just such a great story and great characters, and so heartfelt, and yeah, it'll put you in that Christmas spirit and that cheer. So that's a great one. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a good one. We've got Surviving Christmas. That's the one with Ben Affleck. I think he's this very successful kind of businessman type person, but he doesn't have a family to spend Christmas with. So he goes back to his old home where he grew up, and he pays the family living there. He's like, hey, if you let me celebrate Christmas with you, I'll pay you like this ridiculous amount of money. And the dad's like, welcome home, son, like invites him in. And so, of course, they're like, who is this stranger? What's going on here? And he's basically kind of forcing, he's paying this family to sort of put on this Christmas act to sort of reinvent his childhood. But in the process, of course, there's some lessons learned, some character arcs, and they kind of draw closer in that. So that's one I've always liked. We got Die Hard. Again, I went ahead and threw it on here. I know there's some debate, and when we get to voting, we'll see what happens. But it's definitely a great film. Is it actually a Christmas film? Certainly debatable, but I'm not sure it's all that important. But I know it's kind of fun to sort of to act up about that. But we got Home Alone, classic, of course. Again, that's a good one, made the cut. Again, we've got Elf on here. We've got the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. We've got Christmas with the Cranks, which is also with Tim Allen. Yep. All right, and then we've got a few more openings here. So, if you guys have some nominations, go ahead and make them. I'm going to go ahead and add Gremlins. I know that's a favorite of Chad's. Again, I have not personally had a chance to see that one, but I am looking forward to watching that at some point. Let's see, going through the chat here. Yep, we had a vote for Christmas Vacation, so let's add that on there. Let's see. Here we go. Yep, Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation. All right, and yeah, I'm just kind of catching up with the chat and seeing what other nominations Yeah, we've got Jingle All the Way. Christmas Story, yep. Yep, got to add that one. That's a classic as well. A Christmas Story. All right, we've got that one. So we've got room for 3 more nominations. So I don't know if I'm missing one or if we need a few more suggestions here. But yeah, if anyone else has any suggestions, let me know. Let me know what we should nominate. Yeah, I'm not. I see Frosty the Snowman. Do we want to nominate that one? Which I know I don't even think it's a full feature-length film. I think it's just kind of more of a TV special kind of thing. But I'm cool with adding it if you guys would like to. Let's see. Yep, Stan says when a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. Yep, indeed. And then just some hellos. Dom says, watched Fred Claus the other night. The line, "There are no bad children," made me misty. Yep, that'll get you crying. That'll bring on the tears and stuff. I'm actually not sure that I'd seen that one, Fred Claus. But if you'd like to nominate that, then I'll certainly add it to the list. What do we got here? So. Oh, interesting. Jack says Home Alone 2 was possibly better than the original, in my honest opinion. I know they were both very consistent. They were both quite good. Yeah, Clay says It's a Wonderful Life. Yep, we've got that one on the we've got that one on the rankings. So we do have It's a Wonderful Life. Should we add both Home Alones, Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, or should we just have the one? I guess we can do both. Yeah, I don't see any reason. Jack says Christmas Vacation is great, but I still got to go with A Christmas Story. Yeah, we'll definitely see. So we're making nominations now, and then we'll have brackets. So it kind of randomly pairs them up, and so we'll get to the voting in a bit. We've got Krampus. Quincy, we used to get 45s at McDonald's of the Gremlins. I'm not sure if I even understand what you're saying there, because if that's something referring to Gremlins, then I still haven't seen that one. So yeah, I can't make a comment on any particular references to that film. All right, well, I think we'll go ahead. We'll add Krampus and Home Alone 2. A few other ones. Let's see. I had a list here. Let me see if there's some other good ones that we might want to consider adding. I remember liking Jack Frost as a kid. I don't know if it's like a super great Christmas film, but I enjoyed it as a kid. There's Ernest Saves Christmas. I remember liking that as a kid as well, if you remember those Ernest movies. But I think those are the only other kind of random ones that I sort of had in mind. Let's see here. We'll go ahead. We'll add Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2. We'll add Krampus. I don't believe I've seen Krampus. All right, we got one more. What's the last one going to be? Yeah, Krampus is a Christmas-themed horror film. It's great, lots of tongue-in-cheek humor. Yeah, I think I recall hearing something about that. I think that kind of rings a bell. But yeah, we got room for one more nomination. So I don't know if I'm missing one. Go ahead and just comment it again. If there's one that you suggested and I missed it. Yeah, right now I'll read through them one more time. So right now we've got How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version. We've got Jingle All the Way, I'll Be Home for Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life, Surviving Christmas, Die Hard, Home Alone, Elf, The Santa Claus, Christmas with the Cranks, Gremlins, Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Home Alone 2, Krampus, and then we need one more nomination. So Stanley says, wow, I forgot Ernest Saves Christmas. Yep. I can't remember if it's actually any good or not. Again, I know those Ernest movies could be a little silly, which was fine as a kid, but sometimes you remember loving something as a kid, and then you go back and watch it, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if if that quite works for me now, But yeah, that's one I quite remember. I think the only other suggestion I could make would, either be Ernest. I know there's also Miracle on 34th Street, but it's been a while since I've seen that, so I can't even, comment on that one specifically. So, yeah, if we have any more nominations, let me know. If not, I'll just kind of add in, one of those last ones from the list. Let's go with, going to check one more time. I guess the one that I can remember better, because I'm pretty sure Miracle on 34th Street is a very good movie, but it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't know that I can accurately judge it. I feel like I can better remember Ernest Saves Christmas. I can remember certain moments in that one, so if I have to, and I might even remember Jack Frost even better than that, so I'll probably put either Jack Frost or Ernest Saves Christmas if we don't have another nomination here, so let's go ahead and go with one of those. I think we're going to do Jack Frost. Let's give that one a shot. I watched that one quite a bit. The funny thing, so there's kind of a funny story about Ernest Saves Christmas. I actually don't know if I know how that movie ends. Because, you remember how you could, like if a movie played on TV, you could, I don't even know what you call it, but you could record it onto a blank VHS, so that's what we had. We had this blank VHS with some Christmas movies on it, and we had Ernest Saves Christmas on it, but we never got the ending of the movie. So I would watch it, but I don't think I've ever seen the ending of that. So I need to look that up at some point, and finish it. All right, so here is our official bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and play another song. But I'll let you guys go ahead and start casting your votes. So the best way to do this is I know it's going to be hard, I haven't figured out a way to set it up where you can see the whole bracket on your own and stuff. So we're just going to focus on these first four right here, and then we'll come back and look at the next ones. So in the first bracket, we've got How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Jack Frost. That's a pretty easy vote for me. We've got the Santa Claus versus Elf. I think I know which way I'm going on that. Surviving Christmas versus Christmas Vacation. That one's a little tougher. And then we've got, A Christmas Story versus It's a Wonderful Life. Let's focus on those four first, and then we'll get to the next four later. So go ahead and cast your votes. In these four categories, which four movies would you pick? Between The Grinch and Jack Frost, which would you vote between those two? The Santa Claus and Elf, which would you pick between those two? Surviving Christmas and Christmas Vacation, between those two. And the last one, A Christmas Story and It's a Wonderful Life. So go ahead and cast your votes, and we'll go from there. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and play a song for you guys. So let's see here. And I guess it might be best. I was going to make my screen big again. I don't know if you guys have a preference on this, but I might go ahead and just leave the bracket up for now so you guys can see it. And I'll just I'll just play in the small screen right now. So let me go ahead and play a song for you guys, and then we'll go from there. All right, hope you like this one. This one's called Say That It's Over.
Your smile so deceptive that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your face shows no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to have died. I just want this to end. Please let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Drift your eyes, just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? But don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. I don't wanna hear another lie. I just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside?
There you go. Again, that one was called Say That It's Over. And if you enjoyed that song, well, you're in luck because it is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So I'll post a link for that in just a moment here. And that way, if you'd like to hear it again, you can check it out later. So let me get that link posted, and let's catch up with the chat. So anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And we're doing a Christmas movie chat. So what is the best a Christmas movie chat, a Christmas movie bracket? So what is the best Christmas movie? Where we've got a bracket set up, and we are voting, and we'll see which movie makes it all the way through to the end. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Thank you, Stan. Appreciate the whatchamacallums, the emojis. Yep. Oh, thank you. Jack says, I love this song. Yep, thanks for the applause. Appreciate that. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. So, yeah, here is the link for that song. If you enjoyed it, you can definitely have a listen to it later. So let's see what votes we got right now. Catching up. So Jack says, yeah, let's have a look here. So we're looking at the brackets. All right. So let's see what the votes are for this first one. So we got Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Jack Frost. So, Jack Frost, I remember that being one of those movies. I think I liked it as a kid, but, being a little older, watching it, it's fine, but nothing, really stand out about it. That's man, I love this movie, Whereas The Grinch, that just, that is my Christmas movie. That's my favorite. So, for me, it's, whoops, I didn't mean to pronounce it winner. Yeah. So for me, definitely The Grinch. Let's see what people in the chat are saying. So Jack says, my votes, he also votes for The Grinch. So let's go ahead and we're going to add another to that. Sorry, I will get a rhythm down here in a moment. There we go. So we got another vote for the Grinch. Okay. Yep, Stan votes number 1. And, yep, so, which is also The Grinch. So far The Grinch is looking good. So unless, everyone else in the chat comes back with Jack Frost, right now it looks like The Grinch will be advancing. Yep, we got another vote for The Grinch from Chad. So we'll add that. And let's see. Oh, we got, hey, High Plains Drifter. Appreciate you tuning in. Another vote for the Grinch here. So I think it's safe to say, again, I don't know how, let's see. We got a few people watching, but yeah, I think it's safe to say the Grinch is going to advance. So I think the Grinch won that one. All right, now we've got the Santa Claus versus Elf. So this is an interesting one. It's actually been a little while since I've seen the Santa Claus. I do remember enjoying those films. I actually liked the sequels pretty good too, at least when I was younger. Again, it's been a while since I've seen them, but I remember them being, fun, feel-good movies. But like I said, Elf was one of those movies. I know some people love Elf, and for me, it's always been I liked it, but I never loved it. Again, I thought it was a little over the top, a little silly. But I watched it this year, and I was pleasantly surprised. The movie really does just kind of remind you, it gives you some Christmas spirit. So between these two, I got to go with Elf. My vote goes for Elf. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Again, I'm kind of scrolling back up. Yep, from Jack, we've got a vote for Elf. So there's another one right there. From Stan, we have a vote for number 9, which, interesting, was the Santa Claus. Okay, so far, kind of a close one. Santa Claus could still make a comeback. But let's see what else we got here. From Chad, we've got another vote for Elf. So, whoops, did I must have clicked out of something, yeah. Let's see, we had two, so that's a third one for Elf, because it was me, Jack, Stan for the Santa Claus, and then another vote for Elf. Let's see here. Yep, Chad clarified. Yep, Elf. Yep, Clay says Elf 100. Yep. All right. Well, there we go. Well, so any more votes for that? I think even if we had more, it does look like it's probably going to be Elf. So again, it's not too late to vote. So even if I submit scores, if someone hasn't voted yet and they come in, as long as we haven't advanced to the next bracket, you're still able to vote. So we would need a few more votes for Santa Claus to catch up. But right now it looks like Elf's going. Man, that's a good matchup right there coming up. All right, so now we've got Surviving Christmas versus Christmas Vacation. I got to be honest. I think I've only seen Christmas Vacation maybe once, maybe twice. I know it's a good one. I know a lot of people like it, but it's just one of those movies I need to properly sit down and watch it again. And I just haven't had the chance to do that yet. So as of right now, my vote is going to go for Surviving Christmas, just because I'm more familiar with that movie. But again, at some point, if I can this year, I'll try to sit down and watch Christmas Vacation so that I can properly assess how I feel about that movie. But as of right now, I'm going to go with Surviving Christmas. All right, again, catching up. What do we got here? So Jack's vote goes for Christmas Vacation. I do have a feeling it's probably going to end up being Christmas Vacation. So let's see here. A vote for number 12, which, yes, is Christmas Vacation. Chad says Christmas Vacation. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Yep, scrolling, catching up. Brian says, I just checked out that link. Didn't realize you made the backing track. Yeah, good job. Yeah, well thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I do produce my own music and stuff. So, yeah, all the backing tracks you hear me playing with, that's what I produced. I made all that. So, but thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm still learning, still trying to get better at it. Usually for these streams, I kind of just try to do good enough. It depends on the song, but it's just some mixes will be better than others. So hopefully my later stuff will just continue to grow. I'm always striving to improve. Let's see. Yep, Stan says Christmas Vacation. Well, I think I already got Stan's, but Clay says Vacation as well. I have a feeling Vacation is going to be the one advancing. All right, and then number 4. We have A Christmas Story and It's a Wonderful Life. This is kind of a tough one because I know these are both classics in their own right. Again, A Christmas Story is one of those that I know is very popular, but I have not, at least in recent years, I haven't sat down and properly watched it. So I know a lot of the reference. You'll shoot your eye out, kid, and I recognize a lot of the imagery from the movie. But again, I just need to sit down. But It's a Wonderful Life is just a really wonderful movie. So my vote's got to go for It's a Wonderful Life. That's just such a heartfelt, good movie. And again, it's the one that kind of opened my mind to realizing, like, hey, just because a movie is old doesn't mean that it can't be good. In fact, a lot of old movies are quite good. So that being it. But from Jack, we've got a vote for A Christmas Story. So far we're tied 1-1. I'll be curious how this one plays out, because I know a lot of people like A Christmas Story. From Stan, we've got 13, which is A Christmas Story. Yep. All right. For Chad, we've got A Christmas Story. Yep. All right. And let's see. Catching up. And Clay, yep. All right, so it looks like it's going to be A Christmas Story. So there we go. Yep, we'll submit that one. All right, before we move on to these, we're going to go ahead and have a look at these ones down here. So our next bracket, we've got I'll Be Home for Christmas and Home Alone 2. Man, this is going to be a tough one because, I don't know. Home Alone is such a fun movie. It's so good. Again, I'm gonna go with nostalgia. I'm gonna go with kind of what I grew up with. Home Alone was actually, I think, a little before I'll Be Home for Christmas. I'll Be Home for Christmas is more of kind of the 90s. I'm definitely a 90s kid, and I just remember watching that with my siblings. I'd be okay with either one. I have a feeling it's going to be Home Alone 2, so I'm going to vote for the underdog here. I'm going to go with I'll Be Home for Christmas, but I'll be curious. Let's see what we got from the others here. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I've been scrolling back up to see, but now we're on to new territory. So, yeah, if you would cast your vote. So, all right, what do we got? We got Chad for Home Alone 2. Stanley says he's talking about us old people. Yeah. No, not just older. Not old. I'm just being honest. I'm a late '90s, early 2000s. So that's why I like The Grinch. That's why I like Jingle All the Way. That's my era. And I know the people who grew up with. There's a lot of great movies from the '80s and early '90s, and I might be outnumbered by the people who that's their pick. So let's see. What did I just... Oh, whoops. Let me do that again. So for me, it was I'll Be Home. I think Chad voted Home Alone 2. All right. So 1-1. What do we got here? Oh, well, unfortunately, yeah. Jack says A Christmas Carol has to be on the list, I think. Well, unfortunately, we were past the nomination stage, so we could have added that, but I guess we forgot that one. I know there's a lot of different versions of that, so Clay says Home Alone 2, Jack says Home Alone 2. So, yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be the one advancing. I kind of anticipated that, but any other votes for this particular bracket? As of right now, it looks like it's going to Home Alone 2, so unless we get there's a chance if we get a couple votes. Oh, and one thing I want to clarify this before anyone calls bull crap. If there is a tie, since I'm the one hosting the bracket, I will serve as the official tiebreaker, but only in the case of a tie. I just want to say that now, so that there isn't anyone like that's not fair, So, kind of reminds me of that scene from the movie Signs, where they're voting, and then Mel Gibson's character says, "My vote counts as 2," and everyone starts complaining, and then the one person changes their vote, and so it's 3-2. And so just wanted to clarify that. Now, hopefully, we'll have some clear-cut votes here. All right, man, we got Gremlins versus Die Hard. Again, I have not sat down and watched Gremlins yet, so I still need to watch it. I might love that, but I will say, and some people might vote Gremlins just because they think Die Hard isn't a Christmas film. I'll say this right off the bat. For my favorite Christmas movies, I would probably pick those over Die Hard. But in this case, being more familiar with Die Hard, I have no problem considering it a Christmas movie. So I think my vote's going to go for Die Hard. I'm pretty sure, I might be surprised, but I'm pretty sure Chad's vote is going to go for Gremlins. So we got 1-1. Yep, Gremlins from Chad. Yeah, Jack says to Stan, "Are you calling me old, Stan?" Yeah, way to assume, that Jack is old. Yeah, maybe he just likes that era of films. All right, yep. So we've got Gremlins versus Die Hard. What are y'all's votes for that? Let me know in the chat. Yep, we've got from Chad. We've got a vote for Gremlins. For me, it's a vote for Die Hard. If Dom were still here, I think who was it? I think Clay would probably vote for Die Hard, and then Dom would say, no, that's not a Christmas film, and he would vote for Gremlins. So that might be the case, but we'll see here. So yep, cast your votes for that. While we're waiting for votes on that, again, right now we've got a tie on that one. But after that, we can look at these last two also. So we've also got Home Alone versus Christmas with the Cranks. And then we've also got Krampus versus Jingle All the Way. So so these are the last three brackets that we're voting on right now. So we've got Gremlins versus Die Hard, Home Alone versus Christmas with the Cranks, and Krampus versus Jingle All the Way. So what are y'all's votes for those? For me, for Home Alone versus Christmas with the Cranks, I'm going to go Home Alone. For Krampus versus Jingle All the Way, I haven't seen Krampus, but to be honest, I'm not like a big fan of those kind of like I know it's sort of like almost a horror comedy. I think it's supposed to be, you know, I mean, never say never. I'm sure there's a movie out there like that I would quite enjoy, but it's not my favorite genre of film. And like I said, Jingle All the Way is up there with The Grinch for me as one of my favorite Christmas movies. So for me, it's Jingle All the Way. Let's see what we've got going on in the chat. So Jack says, I'm probably going to have to go with Gremlins. All right, we got another vote for Gremlins here. But from Clay, we've got another vote for Die Hard. So, man, this one's going to be a close one. So we're still tied right now, 2-2 on Gremlins and Die Hard. From Chad, we've got a vote for Home Alone and Krampus. Hey, we've got Hannah in the chat. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Hannah. We're doing a Christmas movie bracket, so feel free to cast your vote. Right now, we are doing we're focusing on these three. I think these other ones have advanced. We're doing Gremlins versus Die Hard. So whichever of those two you like better. We've got Home Alone versus Christmas with the Cranks. And we've got Krampus versus Jingle All the Way. So if you'd like to cast a vote for any of those films, let me know which one you're voting for. Let's see here. Where was I? So hopefully I didn't lose anything. Yeah, Chad said Home Alone and Krampus. So let me get those. So we've got another vote for Home Alone. And then we've got a vote for Krampus. So we're tied there as well. That could be another close call. We'll see what happens. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Chad says Krampus reminds me of Gremlins. Love it. So sounds like that's right up Chad's avenue. So again, I haven't seen Krampus, so I don't mean to judge a book by its cover. So I'll need to sit down and give that one a watch sometime. Hannah says, I have not seen Jingle All the Way since I was probably 7. I've probably seen it since I was 7, like ever since I was 7, I'm not sure how old I was when that movie first came out. I think it came out 95, I want to say. So I would have been 4 years old when it came out, but I might not have seen it till I was like 5 or 6 or something. But let's see here. Stan and Jack are still talking about being old. Stan says, no, old souls more knowledgeable. That's mostly true. That's not always true, but it's definitely nice when it is true. It should be true. Got some hellos in the chat. Jack says, Christmas with the Cranks is my TV right. Do you mean is on your TV right now? But I'll go with Home Alone. And I loved Krampus. It's very effective as a moral Christmas-themed film. Interesting. All right, so sounds like we've got a vote from Jack. We've got Home Alone and Krampus. All right. So another vote for Home Alone and another vote for Krampus. Man. What else we got here? Hannah says, I've never seen Gremlins or Die Hard. I know, shocker. No worries. I've only seen Home Alone, and I've only seen Jingle All the Way. So are you voting for those? Would you like to cast your vote for those? Let's see here. I guess so, yeah. So I guess that's another vote for Home Alone. Looks like, I had a feeling, yeah, Home Alone's probably going to advance. And then we've got another vote for Jingle All the Way. So that's a tie. So, yeah, any final votes for these three brackets? So we've actually got a couple ties here that we need to break. Again, I'll be the tiebreaker, but I'd rather I'd rather not have to do that. I'd rather you guys be the tiebreaker. So we need someone to vote for either Gremlins or Die Hard. You know, which one do you like better? We need to break the tie there. I think it's safe to say that Home Alone has made it. And we need a tiebreaker for Krampus versus Jingle All the Way. So anyone out there? And yeah, Jack says, Stan, I'm just teasing my dude. I was old even when I was like 10 years old. Let's see. Hannah's saying hello. Yep. Hey, everyone. I forgot to mention. Yep. No worries. Yeah. So if there's anyone out there who can break the tie with that would be great. I'm not going to wait too long for that because I don't want to drag this out. But I will. I will. I'll have to break the tie. And the only reason I say that is because I don't know. It's pretty fair right now, but I do feel like there's some love for Krampus, so I don't want my tiebreaker to take away from that. And again, I feel like there's some love for Gremlins, and I don't want to let my lack of seeing that film take away from that. I'd like to give that those movies a chance to advance. But Stan says Jingle All the Way. Have you not voted yet for those? So far, we've only got 2 votes. So I think we've got Jack and Chad for Krampus. We've got me and Hannah for Jingle All the Way. And, okay, so Stan is the tiebreaker voting for Jingle All the Way. Anyone who can break the tie for Die Hard and Gremlins? I think, I know we got, I'm trying to see who all voted for Gremlins. I know Chad voted for Gremlins. And I'm trying to see who else. Jack voted for Gremlins. Clay and I voted for Die Hard. So actually, yeah, Stan, you could break the tie on that if you've seen either of those films also. Because I think Hannah said she hadn't seen either of those. All right, Stan's voting for Gremlins. All right. Looks like Gremlins is going to advance. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you guys, but let me show y'all what we've got here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 brackets right now. So we've got How the Grinch Stole Christmas, this is the Jim Carrey version, versus Elf, that's our first bracket. We've got Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story, that's our second bracket. We've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins, that's our third bracket. And we've got Home Alone versus Jingle All the Way. So those are the 4 brackets right there. Hopefully you can remember them all. I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you. And you guys can, again, you can type all your votes. Whichever of those movies you want to vote for, just, type whichever one you'd like to vote for. Okay. Yep, just getting things set up. And I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you. All right, here we go. Hope you like this one. This one's called Erase Myself. Sorry. Me into pieces. Man. With the truth. And don't pull your punches. And I'll brace myself for all this pain. Erase myself and start again. Grab
a hold of me and throw me in the deep end. Show me the flame that burns inside of me, and I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again, and I'll face myself with honesty, erase myself and start again. Yeah, yeah. I can't remain without the refiner. It's time to change what used to define me. Resist the pain, have to keep fighting. Ignites the flame that's deep down inside me. It hurts at first, but worth all the pain to see myself and not be ashamed. It hurts at first, but worth all the pain to see myself and not be ashamed. And I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again, and I'll face myself with honesty, erase myself, start again. Thank you. Again, that one was called Erase Myself. And if you like that one, well, Merry Christmas. It's available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So let me go ahead and grab a link for you all. Yep, here we go. Yeah, so here is a link for that song. So if you'd like to listen to it again, you are welcome to do so. All right. Catching up with the chat. Anyone who's just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. We are doing a Christmas movie bracket. So here are the current nominations. I know we've got some votes here. So we're in the second round of brackets. In this first bracket here, we've got the Jim Carrey version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Elf. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be curious how that one plays out. We've got, actually all of these are pretty interesting. So we've got Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story. We've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. And we've got Home Alone versus Jingle All the Way. So we're going to get to voting. Let me catch up with the chat here. And I will see all y'all's votes.
Let's see. Hannah says, I vote Die Hard just because it sounds like a dope film. I think, let's see here. It is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you really should. I think that one didn't make, I think Die Hard went over it. Or sorry, Gremlins went over it. So we're not going to worry about that for now. But yeah, let's catch up. Oh, no, yeah. All right. Clay says, arguing with my wife about Die Hard now. LOL. Yeah. Which, okay, so I guess she's on the other side then. She doesn't think it's a Christmas movie. Yeah. Hey, I will say this, it is, like, it really is a good movie. So, I mean, I think Christmas is just a good excuse just to put it on. It's like, it gives you a reason to watch it, But, yeah, I mean, I think it was worth including, so. Jack says, yeah, Christmas with the Cranks is on my TV right now. Yep, sounds good. All right, so we've got some votes here. And about the music, Stan was saying, love it, sounds awesome, pick slide. Thank you, appreciate that. Thanks for the emojis, Jack. And yep, Stan quoting some of the lyrics from the song. Appreciate that, brother. All right, let's see here. So we've got some votes. So from Jack, yeah, let's have a look at the first bracket. We've got a vote for The Grinch and from Jack, and that's going to be my vote as well. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I kind of, I was a kid when it came out, and I was scared of it at first. But once I saw the movie, Jim Carrey was hilarious, and I still love it. And again, it's one of those movies, like I saw it as a kid, and I still enjoy it to this day. Love the atmosphere, love the music, the set design, it's just, I love those kind of sets where, I mean, like, they make it seem like Whoville could have been a real place, So it's just, I love it. So Elf is great. Again, I watched Elf recently. For a Christmas film, I would give Elf 10 out of 10. It's a great movie, but between these two, I got to go with The Grinch. Let's see what else we got. We got Stan voting for number 1, which is The Grinch. So there's another vote for The Grinch there. Let's see. Yep, any other votes? If anyone else is tuning in, we are doing a Christmas movie bracket, and so let me know what your votes are. So in this, right now, for this first bracket, it's leaning towards The Grinch. There's still a chance that Elf could come back if enough people vote, but right now it's 3-0 for this particular bracket. So if you haven't voted for this one yet, please let me know which one you would like to vote for. The second category, so we've got Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story. Now again, both of these, I know both of these to be good movies, but these are ones that I've maybe seen them like once, and I haven't seen them in a while. I'm not super familiar with either one. I can't really make a fair vote on this, but just based on what I can remember, I have a feeling that Christmas Vacation is probably the one that I would enjoy more. I could be totally wrong about that, but I do feel like I at least remember more about that movie. I'm not sure that I've seen A Christmas Story properly, like the whole way through. I still need to sit down and watch that one. So for me, I'm going to go with Christmas Vacation. Let's see. We've got I saw Jack had some votes earlier. I'm trying to find them again. Jack voted for A Christmas Story. Okay, so 1-1. And Stan voted for number 12, which is Christmas Vacation. Okay. So, again, so that's our second bracket there. So, Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story. Right now, Christmas Vacation has the lead on that, but that could change depending on how many people vote. So, again, Grinch versus Elf, Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story. In this third category, we've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. Again, Gremlins sounds like a lot of fun. I still have to sit down and watch that one. But Home Alone 2, again, like Jack was saying, that he might even like Home Alone 2 better than the first one. I'd have to watch them back to back and kind of see how they compare. I'm pretty sure, the best part of the movie, of course, is all the poor burglars just being tortured, by all the traps, and I'm pretty sure the second one, just doubles down on that and just goes even harder with it. So, but yeah, so I think my vote is going to go for Home Alone 2. Let's see what else we've got. From Jack, we've got another vote for Home Alone 2. Stan voted for number 11, which is Gremlins. So there we go. We got 2-1 with Gremlins. If Chad's still out there, I have a feeling we'll get another vote for Gremlins. Could be surprised. Hey, we got Fab Daddy. We got Sean in the chat. Happy Thursday indeed. Hope you're doing well. Just to catch you up, we're doing a Christmas movie bracket. What is the best Christmas movie? So right now we've got this bracket. We've got all these nominations. So feel free to cast your vote. You know, in this we've already done one round, and this is the second bracket. So up here, this first one, we've got Jim Carrey in How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Elf. Right now, Jim Carrey has the lead. But there's still plenty of time for others to vote, so feel free to cast your vote for that. In the second category, we've got Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story. And just by a little bit, Christmas Vacation is in the lead. But again, more votes could change that or confirm that, you know. In the third one here, we've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. Again, another close call, but more voting could change that outcome. And then in the fourth bracket here, we've got Home Alone, the first Home Alone versus Jingle All the Way. That's a tough one. These are both good. These are both good movies. But I think for me, I got to go Jingle All the Way. Again, that's a favorite of mine. Yeah, love both of these movies, but for me, my vote is going for Jingle All the Way. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so from Chad, we've got a vote for Elf. All right, let me put that in real quick. So there is one for Elf. Let's see. Hannah says, Home Alone 2 is my vote. Sorry, I had to walk my dogs. Hey, nothing wrong with that if you needed to slip out for a moment. But yeah, we've got another vote for Home Alone 2. Because I think so far it's me, Jack, and Hannah voting for that one. Let's see what else we got here. Some hellos happening in the chat. Sean votes for, says Vacation is good. So there's another vote for Christmas Vacation. What else we got here? From Chad, we've got Gremlins and Home Alone. So there's another vote for Gremlins. And then there's a vote for Home Alone. So I think right now we're tied in this fourth one. Let's see what everyone else is voting. Sean says, I will vote second bracket for Gremlins. You can vote for all of these, you know, because they all advance. So you don't have to just pick one of these. It's in each one. So like between The Grinch and Elf, which would you pick out of those two? And I think you picked Christmas Vacation. So yeah, between those two, Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story, I think you went with Christmas Vacation. So then Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins, which one would you pick out of those? I think you said, let's see, let me catch up. Yeah, voted for Gremlins on that one. So interesting, we got a tie there. Okay, and then the third one, Home Alone versus Jingle All the Way. Which one would you vote for in that bracket? Stan votes for Jingle All the Way. So we've got another vote for that one. That one's taking the lead by just a little bit. From Hannah, we've got another vote for Jingle All the Way. And yes, Sean, your vote does count. We need your votes. We need everyone to vote. So again, you can vote for each of these, you know, each of these brackets. Because what will happen is whichever one you vote for, that will advance to the next bracket, and then we'll vote between those two. We're going to see which one makes it to the end. Like, out of all these movies, which one will make it to the end and be pronounced the best Christmas movie. Of course, these are all great movies. These are all great selections. But just for funsies, you know, that's what we're doing it for. Let's see. I think we had another vote for, Jingle All the Way by Hannah. Let me get that one in here. And then Sean says, Gremlins over Vacation. Where is Die Hard? Die Hard was on the list. It just didn't make it to the next bracket. So, yeah, if you can see this, this was what we started with. These were all the nominees here. And you can see it was Gremlins versus Die Hard. And it was a close one. Gremlins won by 3-2. Gremlins had 3, Die Hard had 2 votes. So, and for what it's worth, I voted for Die Hard. But it sounds like Gremlins is actually quite good. I still need to see that one for myself. But that's how this works. It's we're competing these movies against each other, and then whichever one wins that round, they advance to the next round, and we're going to see which movie makes it to the end. So, so we're in the second round of brackets right now. So again, I'll go through them one more time for anyone who hasn't voted. So in the second round, we've got Jim Carrey in How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Elf. We've got Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story. We've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. And lastly, we've got Home Alone versus Jingle All the Way. So let's see if we have any more votes here. Yep, Stan says, your vote matters. Yep. That's right. Let's see here. So right now it's looking like, I think The Grinch is probably going to advance. It looks like Christmas Vacation is probably going to advance. We've currently got a tie on Home Alone 2 and Gremlins. And I'm trying to see, I'm trying to see who all voted. Now, unfortunately, so Sean brought up The Stooge with Bill Murray. Unfortunately, we've already had our nominations. So if you were here at the beginning, you could have nominated that, and we would have added it in. But I'm actually not sure that I'd seen that one. But with Bill Murray, that sounds like that would probably be a good role for him. So I'll be sure to check that one out at some point. Let's see here. 1, 2. I'm trying to keep track of who all voted for what. Sorry, looking here. Yeah, so, okay, I think I see what happened here, but, okay. Yeah, so Sean, when you were saying Gremlins over Vacation, those two aren't versus each other yet. So I went ahead and cast your vote for each of those. I casted your vote for Gremlins. So you voted for Gremlins, Chad voted for Gremlins, and Stanley voted for Gremlins. I voted for Home Alone 2. I think Jack and Hannah also voted for Home Alone 2. So, yeah. So that's really the only one right now. It looks like Jingle All the Way might be advancing. I'm actually kind of surprised of that. I mean, again, I voted for Jingle All the Way over Home Alone, but I thought, I know Home Alone is a classic as well, so kind of surprised to see that. But we do have a tiebreaker here, so we could use, again, I am the official tiebreaker in the case of a tie, but I prefer not to do that. I like it when the voting, kind of breaks the tie. So if there's anyone out there who has not voted yet, we've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. So we could use another vote to break that tie. Hannah says, fun fact, I'm sure at least one peep here already knew, the little girl who plays Cindy Lou, who, in The Grinch, is Taylor Momsen, the lead vocalist of the Pretty Reckless. I knew she grew up and was doing some music stuff. I hadn't looked into that in a while, but I actually forgot about which band she was in. But but thanks for the fun fact. I'll have to revisit their music. The Pretty Reckless. I'll be sure to check out more of their music later. All right, I'm going to wait just a few moments more, and if no one casts a vote, then I will be the tiebreaker for that particular bracket. Again, we're looking for one more vote for either Home Alone 2 or Gremlins. But it does look like in our next bracket, it does look like The Grinch has advanced. It does look like Christmas Vacation has advanced, and it does look like Jingle All the Way has advanced. So we'd just like a clear pick between Home Alone 2 and Gremlins, if we can get it. But it looks like it's taken a little while to get a vote from anyone. Double votes count? No, you can't vote twice. But I don't know if you heard me say this. So again, I tried to clarify this at the beginning, so no one's like, hey, that's not fair. But since I'm the one hosting, I figure that I'll be the official tiebreaker. So in the case of a tie, I'll pick which one will advance. But ideally, I like it when everyone votes and it comes out clearly with a winner rather than me having to make a tie, because I always feel bad, like, letting the one I vote for advance when it was clearly a tie between everyone and stuff. So we'll see. Sean says, mingling from Chins, my Christmas wish, no more happy endings. I'm kind of drawing a blank. That sounds really familiar. What am I not getting there? Mingling from Chins. I don't know. Maybe maybe something about that sounds kind of, Stanley says, hint, hint, Gremlins. But I think you've already voted for Gremlins. Again, I think we've got Stan, Sean, and Chad for Gremlins. And then we've got me, Jack, I think it was Jack, and Hannah for Home Alone 2. Yeah, so we're seeing. Oh, hey, we got Mini Vibes. Appreciate you tuning in. Just to get you caught up, I'm playing a few songs, but we are doing a Christmas movie bracket. And you actually showed up just in time. We could use you to break this tie. So we had a bunch of nominations. You can see a bunch of Christmas movies here. But we already had the first round. We voted. Now we're voting for the second round. And we're trying to see which ones advance. We need a tiebreaker on this one. We've got Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. Right now it's a tie, 3-3. And I am the official tiebreaker in the case of a tie, but I prefer there to be a vote. So if you'd like to, you can cast a vote for that. Let me know which movie you like better out of those two, Home Alone 2 or Gremlins. You're also, you're welcome to vote for these other ones, but I'm pretty sure from the looks of the voting, even if you did vote, I think the winner is already clear in these other ones. We had Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Elf, and Jim Carrey won out of those. We've got Christmas Vacation versus A Christmas Story, and Christmas Vacation took the win on that. And then we've got Home Alone versus Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way took the win on that. But right now we do have a tie on Home Alone 2 versus Gremlins. So, if you'd like to cast a vote, let me know. Oh, we got a vote for Gremlins. Look at that. Yep. Cool. Let's see. Sean says, Quincy cannot be a tying factor. I mean, in the case of a tie, there has to be some way to break the tie. So I figure the best way to do it is to let the host make the official call. But yes, I do like it when the voting determines which ones advance, Because obviously I'm going to pick my pick, I'm going to be like, well, I voted for this one, so I guess this one's going to advance, Yep, some hellos happening. And yep. All right, yep, Mini Vibes voted for Gremlins. Yep, Chad's happy about that. Sean says Mini Vibes is inclusive. Yeah. Well, awesome. Okay, so it looks like that was a close one, but yep, looks like Gremlins is going to advance. All right, we are in the semifinals. I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you guys, but here's what we got. We've got Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Christmas Vacation. So that's one bracket, so cast your vote for that. And then the second bracket, we've got Gremlins versus Jingle All the Way. So, man, this is going to be a close one. We'll see how this turns out. But, again, I'll go ahead and leave those up there so you can see. Hopefully you can see all this. I know it's kind of wide. But, again, so Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Christmas Vacation. And then we've got Gremlins versus Jingle All the Way. So you can vote for both of those. So which one between the Grinch and Christmas Vacation, which one would you pick? And between Gremlins and Jingle All the Way, which one would you pick? It's that simple. So please put the title of both of your picks in the chat. I will check them in a moment. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you. Now, just so you guys know, this next song I'm going to play, this one has not been released yet, but this is the song that I am hoping to release next. I have recorded the guitars for it. I've recorded the vocals for it. And I'm kind of going through like some update stuff. I'm kind of updating my production process, and I want to do a good job on the mix on this one. I was going through a phase where I was kind of just like rushing the mixes and just getting it good enough and putting it out. But this one, I want to make an effort and try to get it sounding awesome. But I haven't actually started writing, or sorry, haven't started mixing this song yet. But just so you guys know, this will be the next song that I release. I was going to try to get it released this year, but we're kind of at the end of the year, so I'm sort of thinking like, all right, I'm probably going to release this in January and get off to a good start, and then see if I can get more songs released in 2024. So, but here we go. This will be my next release. Now, this is by no means a new song. I actually wrote this song quite a while back, but I just haven't produced it yet. I haven't released it yet. So, and some of you have heard it before, but if you haven't, I hope you like it. This one's called Brothers to the End.
We're unbreakable, bonded by our passion, undeniable, brothers till the very end. Just a bunch of outcasts, only meant for slaughter. But we will overcome this if we can band together. Look into my eyes, grab a hold of my hand. Remember who we are, brothers till the very end. Remember who we are. Remember who we are. Never thought I'd be alone. Always thought I'd have a home. One by one you fell away. How loose stands from digging graves. What was once inseparable has become forgettable. Brothers till the very end, stripped of all its meaning. Now it's just me. I know it's just me. Distant fragments. Shattered pieces!
Thank you. Again, that one was called Brothers to the End, and haven't released it yet, but it's coming. Might not get it for Christmas, but, you know, maybe whatever holiday is in January. Maybe for that. All right, catching up with the chat. Anyone who's just tuning in, we don't be shy, say hello, but we're doing a Christmas movie bracket. So we are in the semifinals. We had a bunch of nominations, a bunch of great Christmas classics, but we have advanced. We've had some good voting and some close calls, but yep, we are in the semifinals. We've got two last brackets here. So in the first bracket, we've got Jim Carrey's version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Christmas Vacation. So if you haven't voted yet, pick between those two. Which movie do you like better? Which one are you voting to advance to the finals? And then in our second bracket, we've got Gremlins versus Jingle All the Way. So let's catch up with the chat, see how things are going, see what people are voting so far, and we will go from there. And I appreciate, thank you for the kind emojis. And Many Vibes says, love the growls. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Sean says crazy pools. Yep, a lot of pool-offs in that one. Stan says nice. Appreciate that. Yep. Sean says what? Sean says, oh, Quincy rocks. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yep. Many Vibes says, I see that. Very cool. Yep. Again, good emojis here. Thank you for the kind words, everyone. I do appreciate that. I have a feeling, yep, Jack says, well, I got to go, but my vote for the next round is Christmas Vacation and Gremlins. Okay, so I'll take that into account. Jack says, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and all the best 2024. Thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate that. You'll have to tune in later to see who ends up winning. So we'll see what happens. But here we go. Yeah, catching up with the chat here. Okay. Hannah said, in case you have yet to check, I responded to you on Discord the other night about you know what. Hannah's working on some, has kind of a project with some music and stuff that I've been kind of helping advise with and helping participate in a little bit. I do need to talk to you back to back via text when you have a chance. I did see your message. I just haven't had a chance to reply to it yet, but don't worry, I'm on top of that. I usually kind of check it, and usually I just want to kind of gather my thoughts before I kind of rush to say anything. And some, it's a busy time of year, so I try not to kind of rush into replying to things, but I'll get back to you. Don't worry. Many Vibes says, the need of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Yeah, interesting. All right, so we got our first vote here. So, I'll share my vote first, and then I'll read what you guys are voting. So, in our first bracket, we've got The Grinch First Vacation. As you guys have heard me say this whole stream, The Grinch is probably my favorite Christmas movie, so my vote has to go for that. Let's see what other votes we have here. From Sean, we've got a vote for Vacation. So there we go. We got 1-1 right now. And yep, from Jack, another vote for Christmas Vacation. Oh no, The Grinch might get beat. We'll see what happens. Yep, Stan, another vote for Christmas Vacation. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, anyone who hasn't voted yet, let me know. Yeah, Many Vibes says, I like your Christmas tiara too. Yeah, thanks. It was that was for the I did, for those who hadn't seen, I did a cover of the song Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, and just to kind of have a little fun with the video, I wore like one of those little princess tiaras since it's a Disney princess song, but I don't think I still have the tiara, unfortunately. I did have this plan. It didn't work, but I was kind of thinking like if I was kind of hoping to get into live shows, and if I played that song at shows, those tiaras are like 75 cents or something, so I was going to like throw them out during shows and stuff, but that ended up not happening, and we'll see. Funny, I'll share a little funny story with you guys real quick about that song. I did play a live show. I think it was last year, back in the summer or something like that, and what ended up happening was I got a chance to play for the skate event, and I was performing live, and I was about to play that song, Into the Unknown, and my family had come out to support me. My mom and my dad were there, and a couple siblings and some friends, and there were people, at the event who were watching the show, and there were, there were kids, people of all ages were there. And I was telling the story of the song, like what inspired me to write it. And then I kind of had like, I kind of knew what I was going to say before each song. And so I had this little, just as jokingly, I kind of said, this one goes out to all the Disney princesses out there, That was kind of my joke before going into the song. But my mom was at the show. And there were some kids, like up front, like kind of sitting on it was an outdoor event. They were sitting on the grass and they were watching the show. And there were a few little girls there. And my mom says, "Oh, there's a few little princesses right over there." I was like my mom's just such a sweetheart. And, I'm putting on this metal show. And like, that was supposed to be a joke. And then she just made it so wholesome and sweet. And it's just like, I don't know, it kind of caught me off guard. But I just went into the song and stuff. But that was just such a funny moment just to, for my mom. That's what happens when your mom shows up to your metal show. So there you go. Let's see here. Sean says, I am jealous. Quincy, you got more talent in your pinky than I do in my whole body. Well, no reason to be jealous. I'd rather you be inspired, I appreciate the kind words. That means a lot. But yeah, if whatever you're interested in, if you're into music or whatever interest you have, you can get better at that. There's definitely plenty of musicians out there who are better than me, but that doesn't take away from my ability to be able to make music and just have fun with it and enjoy it. So it's not so much a matter of like how good someone is at something. I definitely appreciate you guys, connecting with my music and enjoying my playing and my singing and all that. But by all means, just because you might think that I'm quite good at it and that you might not be as good as me, that doesn't mean that you can't do it yourself. It's just like, yeah, I've just always enjoyed music. I've never thought of it as, oh, I put in the work. It was never work for me. I just always liked music. I always liked songwriting. And so I just spent a lot of time doing it. And so it's really that simple, whatever it is you enjoy. If you enjoy music, just do it. Just have fun with it, and just strive to get better at it. And it's not going to feel like work because you enjoy it, So, but thank you, thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate that. Sean says, but I can fuse metal way better than you. I believe that. I don't think I know how to fuse it. If you mean musically, I'm sure I could fuse metal with like another genre. But if you mean actual metal, yeah, I don't think I know how to do that. Many Vibes was telling me from earlier, it was a quote from Star Trek. Yep, so that might be something that I missed. Many Vibes says, long live the Grinch. Yep. That's what my vote is. So is that your vote as well? Because let me see. Let me catch up with... let me remind. So again, we were voting here. My vote went for the Grinch. We have 3 votes for Vacation. Let me get a refresher on what those were. We got Stan for Vacation. We got Jack for Vacation. And we've got Sean for Vacation. So, Many Vibes, is that your vote for the Grinch? Long live the Grinch. Sean says, I cannot type tonight. That's all right. Hey, no worries. I removed my poor spelling. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, Stan remembers that. Yeah, Stan was at that show, so he remembers that little moment. Yep, moms rock. Yeah, my mom especially. Yep, she's amazing. So I love her. Sean says, I like that Quincy calls me by my real name, but Fab is way better. If you'd rather me call you Fab, I can do that. My bad. But yeah, I just whatever you prefer. And I'll try to remember that. Let's see here. So I think we got one more vote for the Grinch from Many Vibes. But as of right now, Christmas Vacation does have the lead. So unless we get a couple more votes that can bring the Grinch into the lead, it does look like Christmas Vacation is going to make it into the next round. Voting is still open for that, but as of right now, Christmas Vacation is in the lead. Okay, in our other bracket, we've got Gremlins versus Jingle All the Way. Again, my second favorite Christmas movie is probably Jingle All the Way, so that's what I'm going to be voting for. Let's see what else we got here. Let me, again, I'm scrolling back up to see who voted for what. Yeah, before Jack left, Jack voted for Gremlins. Okay, so we've got a vote for Gremlins right there. Stan voted for Jingle All the Way. There we go. trying to see if we got any others. Fab and Mini Vibes, I might need y'all's votes again for those two. So for Gremlins and Jingle All the Way, I might need y'all's votes for that. Hannah says voting Grinch. Never seen Christmas Vacation. Yep. It is a good one. So if you get the chance, you'll have to give that one a shot. So there we go. Now, once again, right now, we do have a tie. So obviously, like I'm gonna go. If I have to be the tiebreaker, I'm gonna go Grinch. But I'd rather not have to do that. So if there's anyone out there who has not voted yet, please let me know which one would you vote for. Is it going to be Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or Christmas Vacation? So yeah, please let me know. I would appreciate someone breaking the tie on that, besides me having to. And then we've got Gremlins versus Jingle All the Way. Catching up here. Yeah. Yeah, Fab says, Hannah, shame on you. And Hannah's like, whatever. Watch Christmas Vacation. Yep. Hey, there's a lot of Christmas classics that I haven't seen either, that I'm ashamed to say. I know it's really good, but I haven't seen it. Even, between Gremlins and Jingle All the Way, like, I'm actually surprised how much love Gremlins is getting. So that just, I think, further and I've certainly heard of it before, and I know what they look like. I've seen, images or little clips of it, but I've never, like, sat down and properly watched the movie. So, who knows? I might watch it and be like, wow, that was great, and that might be it. All right, Mini Vibes is going with the Grinch and Jingles. I think I already got your vote for the Grinch, but Jingle All the Way. All right, cool. So let me. All right, so it looks like Jingle All the Way is kind of pulling away right there. Again, if enough people vote, there's still a chance that could turn around. Yeah, we do. It would be nice to have a tiebreaker for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Again, we've got my vote, we got Mini Vibes, and we've got Hannah voting for the Grinch, and we've got Chad, Jack, and Fab voting for Christmas Vacation. So, yeah, it would be nice. Fab asks, how many people haven't watched all these movies in chat? It does sound like people have seen most of them, but there's always going to be a few. I mean, again, we had 16 movies to begin with, and so there's always going to be, even me, I've seen most of them, but there are like a few in there that I haven't seen. Fab votes for Gremlins. There we go. There's another vote right there. And I'm just going to wait a little longer. And Fab, I might already have your vote for Vacation. I could be wrong about that. Let me scroll back up. It's a little tricky sometimes to kind of remember who all has cast a vote. So, yeah, it started. So I know, yeah, I think I've already got your vote for, actually, I might have missed that earlier, but let me double check. So I know we've got, I'm trying to keep track of all this. So we've got Jack for Christmas Vacation, we've got Stanley for Christmas Vacation, and we've got Fab for Christmas Vacation, and I think that's it. Yeah. So if there's anyone who hasn't voted yet, that's what we're looking for. Mini Vibes says, I'm embarrassed to say that I have never endured them, Mr. Fabulous. And hey, I feel that way too sometimes. Again, a lot of these are classics, and some of them I know are good. I know there are some of these movies that people just absolutely adore, and I'm kind of embarrassed to be like, oh yeah, I've heard they're good, but yeah, I still need to sit down and watch them, Mini Vibes says they're much better with Magic Christmas cookies. Yeah, Magic Christmas cookies are quite good, especially this time of year. All right. Well, if we don't get a vote in a moment here, I think I'm going to have to make the tough call, and I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker for that one. And again, I prefer not to be, just because I know it's a little like, Obviously I'm picking mine to advance when it was a tie between the two picks, but that's the only way to bring this to a conclusion. So I think I'm going to have to make the call in a moment here because I'm not seeing any other votes. So it looks like Jingle All the Way has advanced, and we have a tie between The Grinch and Vacation. And yep, so I'm sorry, all those who voted for Vacation, but I do think we're going to have to give the win to The Grinch. Unless something changes in like the next moment here. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything. All right, so we're in our semifinals here. Not semifinal. We are in the finals. So we've got the last two. We've got Jim Carrey's version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Jingle All the Way. Again, I love both of these movies. These are actually my two favorite. But if I had to vote, I think I'm going to go The Grinch. So that's my vote. But these are the last two. What are you guys voting for? Is it The Grinch or Jingle All the Way? If you had to pick between those two, which are your favorite? Fab says, I will sway my way much like American politics. Yep. But, yeah, I don't know. If anyone has an idea. Oh, we got Chad back. Now, Chad, I actually, real quick, before we continue, I don't think you actually voted the semifinals. I don't think I got your votes for the semifinals. So if you'd like, I'll give you, we literally just got into, yeah, Many Vibes says the Grinch's heart just grew. So Chad, real quick, yes, we made it to the finals, but the semifinals were The Grinch versus Vacation and Gremlins versus Jingle All the Way. Well, we kind of, to be honest, we'd have the same problem because I know Chad's probably going to vote for Gremlins, and then I would have to be the tiebreaker on that. What happened was we had a tie with The Grinch and Christmas Vacation, and we didn't have anyone to break the tie, so my vote, I was the tiebreaker and The Grinch advanced, but so we might have to go. I think either way, it would have turned out being like some kind of. I was going to have to break some tie either way. So, so in the finals, yep. So we got me. I think Chad voted for The Grinch. Yeah. Gremlins was close. It was very close, but Jingle All the Way took the lead. If you had voted, it would have been a tie, and then if unfortunately we didn't have someone else to break the tie. So again, unfortunately, I would have had to be the tiebreaker, and Jingle All the Way would have advanced anyway. But yeah, tie break it with Sugar. Let It Be Sweet. I mean, I guess we could, we could flip a coin, we won't be able to do that for this round. But maybe next time, I don't know if you guys would prefer that. Like either I can be the tiebreaker or we could flip a coin and, let it be random chance to see which one advances. That might be the more fair way to do it. But let's see here. Catching up. So me and Chad for The Grinch so far. And yeah, Many Vibes says The Grinch's heart just grew. Yep. Grew 3 sizes. Yep. Many Vibes is going to be voting for Jingle All the Way. Okay. So there we go. So we got to vote for Jingle All the Way. Chad says, give crown to The Grinch. Yep. Well, it might happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Many Vibes says, out of respect for the host. Well, again, I like both films. So, again, my vote went for The Grinch. But finals, I refuse to vote. I disagree with both. Well, you don't have to vote. It's your choice, But again, it's always going to happen this way. It's kind of just for fun. Just because one of these wins does not mean that this is the absolute best Christmas movie ever. It just means in this particular group, this is the one that made it. All of these are great films, and everyone's going to have their personal favorites. Again, this isn't meant to be like too serious. This is just for fun, just to combat our favorite movies and see which one advances. So, yeah, Many Vibes says ask Magic 8 Ball. I'd have to get one of those, but yeah, that could potentially be a tiebreaker way. Fab says Quincy is a micro 2024 election outcome. Yeah, could be. We'll see. All right, any other votes? If Stan is still out there, I don't think Hannah has voted for the finals yet. I've got one more song for you all, and then we'll put a wrap on all of this. But it'd be kind of nice to get the voting done, see what the voting is, and then I can play one more song and be out. But it's a close one. It's 2-1 right now. I think we got me and Chad for the Grinch. We've got Many Vibes for Jingle All the Way. And so if anyone else is out there, we'll see. Many Vibes says, "Oh man, I thought Quincy liked Jingle All the Way." No, I do like that one. These are actually my top 2 favorite Christmas movies. I like The Grinch and I like Jingle All the Way. Kind of torn between both. But if I had to pick, I think I would go with The Grinch. So so we'll see. Now, I know you voted for the. Many Vibes says, "I forgot to eat dinner." Well, definitely get yourself something to eat. Which one would you vote? You don't have to vote out of respect for me. You can pick whichever one you like better. So would you still go with Jingle All the Way, or you got to fly? Well, I take care. I appreciate you hanging out, and definitely enjoy your dinner. And if you have time, you can say, are you cool with Jingle All the Way, or would you prefer to vote for the Grinch? Whichever one you prefer, we can go with. But I do think we are probably going to have to put a wrap on this. So cool. Either way, so if no one votes, I tell you what, I'll play one more song, and we'll kind of give it a chance. If people kind of slip in, we'll give them a chance to finalize this. But as of right now, it does look like the crown is going to the Grinch. Let me go ahead and play one more song for you guys, and we will be good to go. Let me see what I had in mind here. Okay, cool. Let me get my backing track set up. All right, so last call. Anyone who is just tuning in, we're down to the finals. It's the Grinch versus Jingle All the Way. Right now, it's looking like it might be the Grinch, but there's still time to vote. I'm going to go ahead and play one more song for you all, and then we'll pronounce the winner, and we'll put a wrap to all of this. We'll put a Christmas wrap to all of this. Hope you like this one. This one's called Waking Up.
It's too much effort to pull away the covers that hold me down and won't let go. It smothers me, the weight of this anxiety that's pulling me into my pillow. A blissful sleep, chasing lies and counting sheep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. I toss and turn, and tick by tock the hours burn, pleading for this night to end. A part of me begging to go back to sleep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. You're not worth less. You have purpose. Wake up, see it. Time to dream it. So here I am, with all I am. I'm waking up, like facing what's in front of me. I won't back down. I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up, so I can start to dream.
Thank you. Again, that one was called Waking Up. And that one is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So if you'd like to hear that song again, I will post a link, and that way you can check it out and hear it again. Let me grab the link here. And guys, I do think we're going to wrap up the voting, and I do think we're going to wrap up this stream in just a moment here. We'll see how things turned out. Where am I at? Here we go. Yep, so here is a link for that song. Yep, catching up. Oh, hey, we had Lady C tune in. Well, Lady C, you still have time to vote for the finals, but unfortunately, yeah, Lady C says, I realized I got here really late, but I'm surprised that these are the two Christmas movie contenders. Yeah, these are the ones that made the finals. I'm a little surprised, too, but there were a lot of classics. We started off with 16 movies, and they're all really good movies, so it is interesting how things happened. Again, just kind of catching up with the chat here. Yep, thanks. Yep, thank you, Fab. Yep, says rock out. Nice build up after second verse or two verses. Yep, and you are singing in 3 different styles. Well, thank you. Yeah, Sean says I want an album. It's maybe someday. I don't know that it's going to happen anytime soon, but I will say this. Like I said earlier, I played a song called Brothers to the End. That one is in production. That's the next song I'm planning to release. And I do have a new song. I don't know if I mentioned that at my last stream, but I do have a new song that I've written. It's not ready to be released yet, but I am hoping to perform it soon. I was actually hoping to perform it for this stream, but I don't have enough vocal practice on it yet. I'm not yet ready to perform the song. The song is done, but I just need to practice it a bit before I'm ready to perform it. But I'm pretty excited about it. I've been wanting to release some new music, and it's been nice to have some time to write some songs, and I'm excited about this one. So hopefully you guys will like it when I do get to perform it for you. All right, Lady C, if you'd like, I'm catching up with the votes here, but yep, the finals, we've got this is Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Jingle All the Way. I voted for the Grinch. I think, who was it? Chad voted for the Grinch as well, and then Many Vibes voted for Jingle All the Way. But I haven't pronounced that yet. I wanted to give people a little more time to vote, so let's see. From Fab Daddy, we've got a vote for the Grinch. So right now, it's looking like it's looking good for that one. Many vibes. I appreciate you tuning by. You might be gone now, but thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But take care. Let's see. Yeah, Sean says, when do you tour? I haven't. I haven't toured. So I think before touring, you start with vocal gigs, and I was trying to do some local gigs for a while, but being a solo artist in my style of music and alternative metal, and in metalcore, it's very hard to book a gig. Not a lot of local venues book metal artists to begin with, and as a solo artist, for some reason, it's just been kind of tricky. Like I was trying that for a while. And thankfully, the streams have worked well. The streams have been a lot of fun, and that's been a good way to do it. And I think it's okay. I think I'm okay with just being able to release my music online for now. But, hopefully in the future, as I kind of start building this up, as I build my audience and as I get better at producing content and releasing more music, hopefully I will get to make an album someday. Hopefully I will maybe be able to get together a live band and get to play a few shows and things like that. But I do think that is stuff primarily for the future. As of right now, just kind of doing the streams, and I can definitely say my goal for next year, I am hoping to release more music and more consistently, and I think I know how to do that. I actually had a plan to release more music this year. Didn't quite work out, and I kind of know why that was the case, and so I learned a lot this year, and I'm hoping to make improvements for 2024. And yeah, I think you're right. I do think, yes. And if I do make an album, I'll be sure to get some vinyl stuff made for you as well. But yep, I do think we are going to pronounce Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think we are going to announce that as our winner. So there we go. I will say, I am very pleased with that. It's probably my favorite Christmas movie, so I'm glad that one did make it. But as I mentioned before, there were a lot of great choices here. I love Jingle All the Way. I know Gremlins and Christmas Vacation are all classics. The Home Alone's great. A Christmas Story, Elf. These are all good movies. Again, I'm actually surprised that It's a Wonderful Life didn't make it further. That's actually another personal favorite of mine. And Die Hard, again, we had some debate. Is Die Hard actually a Christmas movie or not? But I do quite like Die Hard. I would have been okay with that one advancing. So there are several picks on here. Even if Jingle All the Way won, I would have been okay with that. I love both of these movies. So main point is they're all good movies. So if you still have time this Christmas season, try to watch all of them. Fab says, you're amazing, and I like sharing your music. Well, I definitely appreciate you sharing my music because that's one of the biggest things I need right now. As you might know, my biggest goal right now is building an audience, and you guys definitely help by tuning in and by sharing my music, inviting others to check it out and listen to it. So I really do appreciate that. Guys, I think that's going to be a wrap for this stream. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to support me, I'm going to post a link here to a little gift shop I have set up. And at the top of the link, if you click on the link, at the top, there is a virtual tip jar, and so I do appreciate anything that you guys can provide. Definitely helps me out. And then at the bottom, you should see a place where you can sign up for my email list. So again, the tip jar, that just kind of helps me to keep doing this and to bring you guys bigger and better content, to keep investing in this and growing it and improving. And then if you want to stay notified, if you want to stay up to date, whenever I release a new song, whenever I go live, whenever I put out a new music video, you can sign up for my email list. Again, same link. You should be able to go to the bottom and be able to sign up for my email list, and that way I can notify you, keep you up to date with what I've got coming out. Other ways to support me, again, as I was saying, my biggest goal is just building an audience right now. So you guys liking the video, sharing my music, commenting, subscribing to the channel, and inviting people to come, that anything to just kind of help bring more attention to my music and what I'm doing, that stuff really helps. So any way you guys can kind of share my stuff and just help me build my audience, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. And I really enjoy spending time with you guys. It's fun getting to know you all better, and just getting to spend time just doing fun things like this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game night, enjoyed the bracket. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna close out of this. There we go. But yeah, I think that is gonna be it. I think that's gonna be a wrap. I was seeing a few more Fab says, I share it to I guess shared it to a non-metal head to get a reaction. It's kind of funny the reactions I get. I'm sure, And now I will say, I do think, as an artist, I think it takes a while to find your groove, and I've definitely kind of catered. Obviously, I did some heavier tracks that have more of the growls and stuff, and I have some tracks even Brothers to the End. I think is a little closer to prog metal. I love progressive metal. I love technical metal, that kind of stuff. And I definitely still draw some influence from that. But as a writer, I really want to write good songs. I don't want it to be for this particular project as a solo artist. I think it's more about the heart and the authenticity. It's more about writing music and that connects with people and expresses the feelings of whatever the song is I'm portraying. It's not just about writing the most technical or complicated thing. Hopefully in the future, maybe I could have another project that focuses more on that kind of music, but I think for me, I'm leaning more towards just writing just good songs that just get stuck in your head and that just make you want to hit that replay button. That's kind of what I'm aiming to do. And so, I'm sure if you shared, some of my heavier tracks, maybe it would be a little shocking for anyone who doesn't listen to that kind of music. But I do think I have some accessible tracks, songs like Love's Not Fair, or Say That It's Over, even For You. I think even though these are, still heavy tracks to some degree, they're a little more accessible and hopefully wouldn't be just totally, just bizarre to someone who was not really a fan of metal, but it is what it is, But either way, I appreciate you sharing my music. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just so you know, I am not going to be streaming next week. I'm going to be away with my family. Again, we're going to Williamsburg, Virginia. We're going to spend a few days there, and we're going to go to Christmas Town, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing that, spending some time with them. But so no stream next week, but we should be able to pick back up in January. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening or morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.